What's up, guys? This is Brian from Pixelated Points, and today we're at Boston Fig 2018, and I am here with Kent Willis from Stone Lantern Games, and we are talking about Evergate. So, Kent, please tell us a little bit about Evergate.
Cool. So, Evergate is a puzzle platformer where you play as a character Key, and she's a soul in the afterlife, and she's looking for her soulmate who's also in the afterlife. And as you go through the game, you'll discover a little bit about both of their lives. And the game is pretty simple. You have to break all the crystals to progress to the next puzzle. It's all puzzle based. The trick, though, is that the aiming system is a bit genre bending. You have to aim at the crystal as well as another target, and it means that there's a lot of platforming as well as a lot of puzzling.
I've noticed there's lots of platforming, like you said. It reminded me a lot of Ori and the Blind Forest.
That's very nice of you to say.
Well, it looks amazing, one, but I think the puzzle platforming is really kind of what drew me in. It's so silky smooth. It's perfect to play. How long have you guys been working on the game?
Yeah, so we got together, Stone Lantern Games, about 2 years ago, but we really spent the first year prototyping different mechanics for puzzle platformers. A lot of them sucked. we had a lot of feedback that was like, oh, this is interesting, or I don't get it, right? And we just stumbled across this mechanic of aim to shoot kind of mechanic, and it really caught on. People started to like it, and we started building out Evergate maybe about 7 months ago.
Very, very nice. So you guys don't have a release date yet?
We're about end of spring, maybe early summer of next year.
Very, very nice. Now, can you say how long the game is, like a rough estimate?
Yeah, so there's about 100 puzzles, and depending on how good you are is how fast the game is.
I mean, if my gameplay is any indication, I'll never beat the game. I think I got to level 3 and I couldn't finish it.
It's a hard game. Think about like maybe if Ori got mixed with Celeste, that has that kind of vibe to it.
Yeah, there's lots of aiming at the crystal and then it shoots you backwards. So I can see a lot of, aiming down to jump up a little bit more.
Yep.
Does that evolve further as you get along?
Sure. So the core mechanic is that you have to aim at a crystal, right, and also aim at the target to charge up your beam. But once you break a crystal, they usually give you a reaction. So some crystals might boost you up, like you said. Some crystals might swap you with the target that you're aiming at, which ends up making it really complex as things move around and your target starts swapping. We have some crystals that will kill you straight out, and you have to figure out how to get around it, right?
Very similar to Celeste, like you said. The further you get, the more mechanics that are introduced. Have you found people finding the levels super difficult, similar to the difficulty level of a Celeste or like a Lake Guacamelee?
Yeah, so we were targeting people who were interested in those type of games, and we have the mechanic to do that, but since we've kind of been showing it off to, we were at PAX East, and we were also at PAX West under PAX Rising, and we found that people wanted to enjoy it on a little lower intensity level,
that
maybe.
Makes sense.
Right?
That makes sense, yeah.
So I think what we're trying to do is recraft it a little bit so that people can get by without having to be the ultra gamers, but then we're going to incentivize that kind of reach goals of can you fire like 6 swap crystals in a row and do all the amazing things we know that the mechanics can do.
I've noticed that once you die, you immediately come back, very similar to Celeste or like Cuphead.
Yep.
When you die against a boss, you're just right back in there and you're ready to try again. I think that's a really smart move. And you said early summer?
Yeah.
Let's say early summer.
Early summer
because
next
if it comes late spring, then it's a nice little surprise,
yes.
right?
Yes. Yeah, and when you were talking about the fast resets, we were learning from games like Celeste and Super Meat Boy, we make sure that the music doesn't stop, that you're not chastised for messing up. We want it to be we also have this beautiful music that we got from our composer Mike Miller. Okay. He's done some amazing things. He worked on games like Abzu.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and so he brings this kind of calm vibes to the game. So even if you've messed up 7 times and you're ready to there's this calming sensation where it's no, just give it a try. It's it's sitting right in front of you. All you gotta do is nail the platforming.
That's perfect. I love it. I can't wait to play more of it. Where can people find you on social media?
Yeah, so we have Stone Lantern Games on Facebook. We also are on Twitter, Stone Lantern Games, just search that up. So check us out there. We'll be posting different things. We also have a Steam wish list. So if you're interested in getting it for the PC, check it out on Steam. And we're also looking, maybe we're in talks with Nintendo, so maybe that will happen.
Fingers crossed, because this is a perfect Nintendo Switch game.
Awesome. Glad you think so.
Thank you, Ken, so much for your time today. You guys should go check out Evergate from Stone Lantern Games.